dogs. I'll be accused of being breedist. Won't tell you the strange breeds I've had. Okay, so our primate urge to speak really does hamper our training. Those of you who have ever been in the trial room, and having been a judge, I've said it to people time and time and time again. You lost points for double handling, double signals. Your hand signal, your voice signal and your foot signal were not synchronised. So for those who have never been in the trial ring, as you move on, it's left hand, left leg and voice all together, heel. Okay? And often you get heel and then the hand signal and the word. It's a nightmare. Reduce confusion by synchronising voice and action. I'd say get rid of the voice, but there you go. And dedicated handlers can get rid of the voice. It used to be a real thing. Wow, utility, silence, signals. Oh, look at that dog working and they're not even talking to it. It's probably the one exercise that you deep dogs really picked up very smartly because we didn't get in the way. Okay, now think of how many ways you can call your dog. You want your dog to come, right? Come. Here. Frustration starts to build. Come on, you.
Fido, move it.
Rotten dog, get over here!
And then we've got Fido,
Fido!
Fido! People laugh because that's what people do, right?
That's why you're laughing. We call it the white noise recall. Okay, because that's what it becomes. It becomes a white noise to the dog. That's my little Joe in the Flinders Ranges staring at these tiny little fish in that lake. And he was just standing staring at them. Now if I'd said, Joe, 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 he wouldn't have heard me. He'd have been like that cat from us. He would not have heard me. So by repeating the name, Fido, 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 we're not giving him any instructions, are we? It's not Fido, come. They switch off to their names. We keep calling their names. Why? Because we're primates. It's what we do. We have to forcibly stop ourselves from doing it and then do something about calling our dogs. And in some situations we have to go get them. Alright? We just have to go get them. Don't poison your cue by calling all the time and having the dog ignore you. Almost every dog training book ever written advises owners to pick simple commands and use them consistently. And almost every dog owner in the world violates the rule repeatedly. How could the smartest species in the world be so idiotic? It's not hard, is it? Yes, it's very, very hard. We use synonyms all the time. It's part of what we as people do. We have many, many words for the same thing. So now I'm giving you an out. I'm saying you as people have a bit of an excuse. But having learned that excuse can't be an excuse any longer. All right, you're aware of it. But we do use synonyms. There's lots of times that we use several words for the same thing. It allows for the nuances and the finesse of the language. It makes it a beautiful language. It makes us understand. It makes for clarity. Okay? But dogs don't understand the basics. They don't want the nuance. They don't understand the basics. You know, give me the ABCs. I don't want to know about anti-disestablishmentarianism or something like that. I mean, it's just not something they want to know. They live in a foreign culture and they need to understand a foreign language. I need to keep time for time. Okay. And, you know, if I can't say it more often, well, I'm going to say it louder. We know that. People don't speak English and we talk at them more loudly. Same thing with our dogs, all right? They've said I'm not allowed to do it, so I say, sit!
Just once.
Hear it all the time. But barking dogs are often frightened dogs. And the louder they get, the more panicked they are. What does that say about your repetitive loud cueing to your dog? Something to think about. Think about the way you use words, tighten up your vocabulary and help your dog. Never repeat a cue. Never repeat a cue. Never repeat a cue. Okay. It's what we do with primates. Chimps do it, monkeys do it, tamarins do it, and we do it. We do it with Fido, Fido, Fido. So many instructions, all in a foreign language, and who actually suffers the most? It's those dogs who try the hardest. You know those dogs who really don't give a toss? They don't suffer nearly as much as the biddable dog who said, oh, Mum, I want to please you. What is it you want? Explain it a little better to me. That's the dog that suffers the most from our inconsistencies. So go home, walk up to your dog and say, sit. See what happens. Walk up to the dog, don't say a word, and give your visual hand signal. See what happens. If you don't need a word, don't use it. Sure, you might need to get the dog's attention, and if I've got Oliver's my dog at the back there, and I go, Oliver, and he's learned that that means sit, I don't have to strain my voice. Okay? Dogs work on visual cues. Go home and check all of the cues that you've got a hand signal for. See which works better. I guarantee which one will. Okay, so even when we're aware of what our dogs are doing, we're still primates. We cannot see it through the eyes of the dog. So we have to just do our best on that one. Okay. 6 cracks.